game and avoid cheap fouls that could get them in trouble again.
And here's Brunson after R.J. Barrett hitting the three. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. We know they like having Brunson out there, Greg, a player they can run the entire offense through.
No doubt. And he can be trusted on to take the keys and just run things effectively. He keeps mistakes to a minimum, and he's a solid creator for his teammates.
The Raptors have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And this is encouraging for sure. The more Barrett works on expanding his range, the more difficult he becomes to defend.
And here's Brunson outside. Good on the three-point shot. Brunson's got 5 points so far. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Barrett for 3. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
And whatever coach told them coming out of the locker room, they're listening. 5 out of 5 already.
Anunoby, good.
Matching baskets from the perimeter and earmark of today's game.
And players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
You know why? Success breeds confidence, and he's certainly been successful from there, time and time again.
For 3, Siakam. It's good from long range.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Deflects the pass. Pass to DiVincenzo. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Got that one up quick. He's got 18.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
It's tipped. And again, New York turns it over. While we can, let's have a peek at the league's top foul shooting teams over the course of the last month. The Knicks 4th.
And they've had a lot of success at the free throw line, converting those at a high level. So I'd look for them to continue to attack the rim.
Lets it go with the 3. And again, Toronto with the triple.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first. Greg, you spent your first 4 seasons playing in New York. What's that like?
When the Knicks are winning, Kevin, there is no place you'd rather be. The fans are incredibly smart, loyal, and they'll treat you like a king. But no doubt that media pressure is for real. We can check out the story on Julius Randle. Over the last month, he has been spectacular, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding, just a powerful presence in the paint.
And the only way you average top 3 in points if you have that scorer's mentality. He knows he's the go-to guy, and everyone else knows it as well. Now here's Brunson. 5 points in the game. To the middle. Here's Randle. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
That's the right play call. Randle's a tough matchup inside. Strong, crafty, nasty.
Now, here is Young. He has yet to score.
On Julius Randle. Over the last month, he has been spectacular, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding, just a powerful presence in the paint.
And the only way you average top 3 in points if you have that scorer's mentality. He knows he's the go-to guy. And everyone else knows it as well. Now here's Brunson. 5 points in the game. To the middle. Here's Randall. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
That's the right play call. Randall's a tough matchup inside. Strong, crafty, nasty.
Now, here is Young. He has yet to score. Shot clock is... Six. Barrett dishes to Young. Back to Barrett. Shoots over DiVincenzo. And Barrett with the basket on the assist from Young.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Now DiVincenzo. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Orlando.
And we have to mention his rebound. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
Drives to the hoop. That one good for 2.
Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
15.
Barrett against DiVincenzo. On the wing quickly. Back to Barrett. Good on the shot. Barrett's got 25 points in the game.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
Here's Hartenstein. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. And stolen by Barnes. And now in transition, it's Barnes. Here we go. Yep, that one goes. Barnes has got his second basket of the night.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Brunson the pass to Hartenstein. And here is Anunoby. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
Much improved footwork, and he's already strong. Anunoby getting it done inside.
Siakam deciding where to go with it. Over Randall. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
The Knicks.
One eye on the rim, 1 eye on the clock. Nice job.
And what I love, there was no panic on his part. That's the steady pulse you want in that situation.
What a performance from R.J. Barrett. He has been the story for Toronto. Another excellent quarter for him, especially from long range. He's buried a total of 7 3-pointers in the game. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Toronto.
Well, in my opinion, the way the 3 has been falling for them here early on, you have to think they'll keep firing away.
And also, they're doing something you don't see as much anymore, and that is converting time and time again from the mid-range.
If we look at the Raptors, Smitty, it has not been easy replicating the success they had back in 2019.
Yeah, Toronto's had a bit of a roller coaster ride since then. They've had some good seasons, but the consistency hasn't been there for them.
So the Raptors 5 right now. Trent and Barnes share the wing. Siakam is out there with Young, and it's Schroeder in at the 1 spot. Here's Randall, following the basket by Scotty Barnes. The pass to Grimes. And he drives in. New York again turning it over. And let's quickly jump to the 2.
They'll keep firing away.
And also, they're doing something you don't see as much anymore, and that is converting time and time again from the mid-range.
If we look at the Raptors, Smitty, it has not been easy replicating the success they had back in 2019.
Yeah, Toronto's had a bit of a roller coaster ride since then. They've had some good seasons, but the consistency hasn't been there for them.
So the Raptors 5 right now. Trent and Barnes share the wing. Siakam is out there with Young, and it's Schroeder in at the 1 spot. Here's Randall, following the basket by Scotty Barnes. The pass to Grimes. And he drives in. New York again turning it over. And let's quickly jump to the 2. Leaderboard to find out which point guards have been the highest scorers over the last month. In the 3rd spot, Jalen Brunson.
Well, this is a collection of maybe the most well-rounded players in our league. I mean, to see those kinds of scoring numbers from the point guard position is crazy.
There are so many point guards in this league today who can put points on the board. Just look at those numbers.
Now, here's Trent. Rob. And they're on the break. Here's Grimes. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Love the recognition. Realizes that one is all him.
Sometimes that's the call. You want to be unselfish, but even more so, you want to be effective.
Here's the break. Here's Hart. And that one, good. Hart's got his first basket of the night. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Raptors leading by 15. Siakam outside. And the layup's good off the glass. Siakam's got 7 points.
This is where Siakam is comfortable operating from. He loves going to work in the paint.
Grimes passes to Brunson. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Score of the basket is 3rd after 5 shots.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Trent outside. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. And Greg, when they talk about youth development, the days are gone when coaches divided guards and bigs when it comes to skill work. When did that change?
It's kind of a recent development, maybe the last 10 or 15 years, but it's amazing how the game has evolved.
Count that one.
Oh, what a find. The ball just comes out of Brunson's hands on time.
And it's Barnes with the ball for Toronto. And for those of you just joining us, in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by, count the basket. Barnes has got 4 points this quarter.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much, everybody. Quentin Grimes is not just a 3-and-D guy. He's one of the best in the league at attacking the closeout. He says they know about my shooting, so that opens up my drive game. If I'm closing out hard, I can see if they're coming to my right side or my left side. It's read and react. Quick decisions. Kevin, my decision is to send it back to you.
All right, D.A., that's why you're in the Hall of Fame. Thank you so much.
Fights his way through the trees. Gary Trent Jr. with a nice finish.
Greg, one thing you know, you're getting with Gary Trent Jr., volume 3-point shooting. He lets it fly.
And he is really fearless at the arc, because of his consistency. And when he gets hot, well, he can get on a burn.
Traps in the tray.
This team's struggles are not his fault. He's putting in work at the offensive end.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Oh, gee, the long arms and athleticism up and down this roster for the Raptors. It is something.
Yeah, they have a type that they're looking
Bad name. And causes your coach to consider another line of work.
To the inside. And Toronto turns it over again.
This is what we talk about, valuing each possession, avoiding those kinds of mistakes.
So New York going with almost an entire new group. New York's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Got that bucket in no time at all. Hartenstein's got his first 3 points of the game.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc. And he just goes from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Here's McBride. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
That'll be a 5-second call.
And the lead starting to slip away.
5-second inbound violation. New York ball.
"17 seconds left in the first half of the game. And the shot is good. The Raptor lead has been cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Anunoby.
44.
Barrett against DiVincenzo. Lets it go from the wing. Again, Toronto.
An effective mid-range scorer. Barrett excels at finding openings in the defense and capitalizing.
Aside from the rim runners in this league, most bigs are now asked to help stretch the floor.
And the first half is now in the books. Raptors lead by 6. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
27. The Raptors.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Thibodeau. Coach, the rebounding differential not in your favor. What do you see?
Well, they're going every time. And we got to put a body on people. Then go get it.
Coach, thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. There was no stopping R.J. Barrett in the first half. He had 32 points and 1 steal. It was a return to form for him tonight after struggling in their last out. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what'd you see out there?
Well,
and that wraps up the half.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You know, R.J. Barrett has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
and it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
They've got Julius Randle. He's out there with OG Anunoby, and it's McBride in at the 1. So that's who Tom Thibodeau starts the second half with. When you look at this Knicks roster, Greg, this is a team that feels it can make a deep playoff push.
And they have their stars. They have tons of young talent. Developing that talent and adding a piece or two should get them where they want to go.
Raptors lead.
For 3, Barrett. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist.
R.J.
Barrett's got 37.
Continuing to stoke the fire, his shot making has been absolutely superb.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Barnes outside.
Raptors lead.
Siakam passes to Barrett.
53.
Shoots over DiVincenzo. And another basket for Toronto.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Randle from outside. And again, New York with the triple.
Just can't give him that shot anymore. Julius is now comfortable from distance.
Pass to Barnes. Raptors moving the ball around. Loads it up for Young. Passes it to Siakam. And even 3-on-3 break. That's a 2 from Randle. And again outside. And again, New York with the triple.
Just can't give him that shot anymore. Julius is now comfortable from distance.
Pass pass to Barnes. Raptors moving the ball around. Floats it up for Young. Passes it to Siakam. An even 3-on-3 break. That's a 2 from Randall. And again, it's New York.
Nice rhythm on that play, and Randall with the smooth-looking shot.
60-58.
Quickly the pass to Siakam. He kicks it to Young. It's Barrett on the wing, and Toronto turns it over again. Here's a chance now to check out the New York Knicks' upcoming schedule. On Wednesday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Houston Rockets. And then on Thursday, they'll host the Washington Wizards.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
And while we've got a moment, I've sent it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks very much, Kevin. Toronto has a new head coach in Darko Rajakovic. He started coaching at 16 in his home country of Serbia. So even though he's still young, he's already a lifer. In his near decade as an NBA assistant coach, he made a name for himself in player development. And of course, Kevin, that's going to be essential now with the rebuilding Raptors.
It is, but I love his resume. His story is terrific. He is just what they need. David, thank you. On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. A nice shot by Young.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
The 2022 Rookie of the Year, Scotty Barnes. But you know what, Greg? Still working to take that next step. What do you think is his key?
Yeah, that's an easy one. It's going to be perimeter shooting. You know, we get spoiled with all the other things he can do, and he's had a tremendous start to his NBA career. But I think to become that superstar, the jump shot has to become a weapon.
The Knicks making a switch here. Hart's checked in. The Raptors also with a sub. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Pascal Siakam. Schroeder kicks to Barrett. Schroeder dishes to Barrett. 6 to shoot. Here's quickly. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist.
3-point goal.
Barnes has got 3 assists tonight.
You can't teach court awareness. Barnes understands when his guys are uncovered.
Those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
Raptors have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Scotty Barnes sticking the revenge 3 in style. I love how this guy competes.
Here's DiVincenzo. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. DiVincenzo's got 7 points in the game. Here's quickly. He's got 5. Randall surveying the D. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Tremendous composure on display. When they were down big, they did not panic. They just stuck with the game plan.
And he's stroking it well, but he just hasn't shown the aggressiveness that they need out of him. Probably in front by more if he was taking more shots.
Love seeing this from Anunoby, getting into a rhythm and staying after it.
1:41 left in the third. Right on that shot. With that, the Knicks lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Schroeder. Here's Anunoby. And again, New York with the triple.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
From deep three-point land, DiVincenzo with the rebound. The Knicks leading by 4. Randall from outside. And again, New York with the triple.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
And Barrett has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors.
76.
The 3 connects again from distance. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that three-point shot.
And it's a monster he's been from deep.
You want unselfishness, but you also need to keep it under control.
So both teams changing it up here. Raptors with the lead. Here's Schroeder. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. Schroeder's got 7 points in the game.
Nice balance, stopping and popping. Schroeder very fluid with the ball in his hands.
And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way.
Unforced errors. These are the kinds of things that break momentum.
Hartenstein, he's checked in for Randall. Dick's checked in for the Raptors. Raptors leading by 5.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
But you know, this is where your patience is tested. If you shoot too quickly, you give your opponent a chance to close out the quarter.
And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense.
Toronto ball.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And examining his numbers this season, we can see that he's been an exceptional free throw shooter, right around 85.
And the technical free throw is good.
And you know, Dennis Schroeder, from the moment he came into the league, showed tremendous confidence. He's never been the type to back down.
With 1 on the clock. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
What I love, there was no panic on his part. That's the steady pulse you want in that situation.
And so it's Toronto, holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. Right back after this break. Now let's hear what Coach Tom Thibodeau was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
Make sure we're talking on defense. Make sure we're talking, everyone get down. We got to be more active. We got to make some hustle plays. Trace the ball, read the ball, move on the fly to the ball. Everybody talk. We need some hustle plays.
Wanting his guys, clearly the message here to be more aggressive.
And demanding that they be better in every area of the game right now.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. Schroeder and Trent are the guards. It's Boucher out there with Jalen McDaniel. And it's Dick in at the 3 spot.
91-85.
Trent outside. The shot's good. And the Raptors lead by 8.
That's why you stick with it and play through the whistle. Gary not taking the contact for granted.
Brunson against Schroeder. Pass to Grimes. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done what they need to, making every possession count.
Trent outside. And he makes that one. Trent's got 4 this quarter.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yes, and if you love offense, you're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair.
And that one's good. Schroeder. And now a 10-point Toronto lead. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Raptors.
Their defense, it's their defense. It has been downright incredible so far, being disruptive and coming up with steals left and right.
And they've also not only created turnovers tonight, but converted on them. All game long, that strategy has been paying off.
And here's Trent.
Everybody talk. We need some hustle plays.
Wanting his guys, clearly the message here to be more aggressive.
And demanding that they be better in every area of the game right now.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. Schroeder and Trent are the guards. It's Boucher out there with Jalen McDaniel. And it's Dick in at the three spot.
Raptors lead 91-85.
Trent outside. The shot's good. And the Raptors lead by 8.
That's why you stick with it and play through the whistle. Gary not taking the contact for granted.
Brunson against Schroeder. Pass to Grimes. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done what they need to, making every possession count.
Trent outside. And he makes that one. Trent's got 4 this quarter.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yes, and if you love offense, you're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair.
And that one's good. Schroeder. And now a 10-point Toronto lead. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Raptors.
Their defense, it's their defense. It has been downright incredible so far, being disruptive and coming up with steals left and right.
And they've also not only created turnovers tonight, but converted on them. All game long, that strategy has been paying off.
And here's Trent. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now, and the shot goes down.
The mid-range is somewhere Gary Trent Jr. can be very effective.
Here's Grimes. Brunson scanning the floor. It's stolen by Schroeder. And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. And it's in there.
And is it any wonder they're ahead in this game? His perfect night from the field has been the catalyst.
Schroeder against Brunson. And there's the pass to Hart. Pass to Grimes. Lock at 6. And he converts the layup.
What unselfish play by Josh Hart with the perfect pass to an open teammate.
Raptors leading by 10.
91.
Schroeder with the ball. Pass to Dick. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Dick's got his first 2 points of the night.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Schroeder against Brunson. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
And Brunson recognizes how to execute inside. The D must be more physical with it.
And the Raptors call time here.
And your Knicks City Kings. Your Knicks City Kings.
moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, R.J. Barrett.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
Their losing streak had gotten to the point where anybody had to put his foot down. And even though there were other more probable candidates, he's been the one to take over that leadership role. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, guys. During the last break, listened in on Darko Rajakovic talking to his team. He told his players, I love the energy right now. You look like you're having fun out there. Keep playing for each other because our chemistry looks great right now. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, thanks.
What a pass from Barnes right there. A swingman who knows how to move the rock.
And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. A shot's good on the assist by Brunson. Brunson's got 6 assists here tonight. Took him no time at all on that one. And the Raptors lead by 11.
I like the competitive spirit of Siakam, seizing back momentum with a 3 of his own.
Hart, that's good.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
Floats it up for Young. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Hart, wide open. He fired. And there are the Knicks with another bucket.
And you can tell this is a priority for Brunson. He wants everyone involved.
And Toronto turns it over again.
Boy, if you're the coach, you hate to see that kind of miscommunication between your guys.
New York calls timeout. They trail by 6. We've got 1:18 left to play here in the fourth.
All right, let me hear you get loud once again for your Knicks City Kid.
The 3. And again, New York with the triple.
Nerves never show through. Brunson as calm and cool as they come down the stretch.
It's stolen by Randall. 1:06 left in the fourth quarter. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Heavy incoming from beyond. On the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
Interesting approach coming down the stretch, looking to rack up points in chunks.
Pass to Siakam. Yes!
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Now here's Brunson. Here he goes. Yes! A huge shot to tie it up.
Showing time and time again he is comfortable being that first option. Brunson delivering in the clutch.
Now Siakam. Over Randall. Good!
Stepping up in a big way, Siakam proving he's got guts to deliver in the clutch.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 2. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
But I'm curious to see, will they go for a 2 to tie or a 3 to win it all?
Brunson against quickly. And here's Brunson. That will count. Oh, my goodness!
Down he goes at the buzzer. Doesn't get any better than that.
One of the greatest shots you'll ever see. The 3 with nothing but zeros left on the clock.
So a close game sees New York take this one. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Julius. Now look, you're banging in the paint, but what do you see from your backcourt?
They do a great job of, they obviously can score the ball, but getting us in the things and running the offense very well and leading the team that way.
Well, they led you to a win tonight, Julius. Thank you for your time. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.